Hello and welcome back to Thoringer's channel. Today I want to bring you a battle of Sherman VC in his Ram 2. He had 10 kills, Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker of course, Fire of Effect, Duelist, and Bruiser. On the main achievements he got Pascucci's Medal, Pool's Medal, Cool Headed, High Caliber, and Top Gun. If we look at the team score, he had a raw score of 1220 XP and did 1669 damage. And if we look at the detailed report, he shot 35 shots and he hit actually 28 of those and 26 of them penetrated. Also, he blocked over 1000 damage in with his armor, and he made 30,000 with his premium account. So, without further ado, let's look into the battle. We are starting on Progorovka on the north side, and his Ram 2 is top tier. Now this is a big advantage. This tank, with a good crew, has a fire rate of less than 2 seconds, which makes you a potent killer. You can penetrate everything without any premium rounds.
Let's go.
The battle begins. And at the beginning, he's turning to the east. Well, you might have noticed I had to take a little break from recording. My graduate level summer course is coming to an end, and I had to concentrate on that and on work, and hence I was not making any videos for a moment. I kept you updated if you looked into the forums, the official World of Tanks forums at worldoftanks.com. And now I'm back. Well, this is the next battle. Now, you might have noticed at the beginning that this is actually a lost battle. However, if you look into the detailed report and on the team score, he has more than twice as many points as the highest XP on the winning team. And the simple reason is kills, kills, kills. Not only the kills, but also he spotted for himself. So there are certain mechanics at play that determine what XP and payout you get. One thing is of course damage. That is the primary source of income. However, if you're not the one who spots, for example with a TD in the back or a SPG, you are only getting partial credit for that. The tank that spots also gets some. Now why is that? That is actually not that old, that mechanic. For at the beginning we had it differently. The damage was more or less determining your payout by itself. That led to that almost nobody wanted to play light tanks. And also it encouraged arty play, which some see as a curse on this game. I see it as a necessary evil. Arty has its part in this game, and in some situations it is really useful. And I mean that in a positive way. I mean that certain maps just without arty are not the same thing. Just imagine here on an open map, no light tank would be able to really spot anything without getting killed. So he has to spot the tanks in the back that have less of a view range, and then he can basically go back into cover and let the arty take care of the enemies. Okay, he is back to the battle here. Sherman VC is playing very conservatively here. However, he seems to be spotted. You've seen just that shot, probably artillery. They either guessed where he was, or they knew where he was. What he does here, he goes fairly far back I would have been a little bit more aggressive, especially as top tier. That's your role here. The Ram 2 can kill anything. With this fire rate, with the damage output it has, there is basically no match to it. Well, maybe the Churchill 3? However, I don't see a Churchill 3 on the enemy team. Everything on the enemy team has weak armor. Well, we could say the Samoa might have some armor, but that's about it. And of course, as long as the enemy team still has artillery, we have to make sure that this is going away too. Here's some fantastic far shots into the tank destroyer. Now you have such a fast reload, even if the tank disappears. I would have kept shooting at least 2 more times and seen if I can kill him. In the end, these are the shots that make the difference between a loss and a win. Now, if you look at the score, it's 7-11. It does not look good. However, he's still connecting the shots and making money and kills. The artillery is going down. Now, the enemy team, of course, did not support its artillery. That's a decision you kind of have to make as a tanker. Do you want to go for the goal, meaning capping and killing other tanks, or do you want to support your artillery? Especially when you have that much artillery, if they are hitting, I would support them. I would at least keep an eye on it, and if the tank goes through, I would make sure that I'm in a position where I can go back and help them. Now we're talking about a tier 5 battle here. So a lot of the mechanics are a little bit different. There's more rushing going on. There's more just not playing with the smart moves going on. And shermanvc here clearly can benefit from that. And here in the cap circle, that's where everybody is. He's trying to take out the tanks that are low on health first. He gets some lucky misses here. However, he's facing too many tanks to survive here. There's 2 more tanks in the game. Gets this kill here. The 1C cannot really pen him. And that was also one of the mistakes. He should not have gone after the 1C. The 1C did not do damage to him. It was other tanks. So I would not have worried about it at all. And he does that here. He's now firing at the tank destroyer. Way higher threat. You see the 1C is trying to pen him from the back and nothing is happening. He's just totally outgunned. And here it comes the mistake. He's taking care of the 1C instead of taking out the tank that is shooting him from afar and is actually hitting him. So next time, check if the tank actually does damage to you. And even if 1 or 2 hits come from the 1C, they're not doing that much damage either. He got them whittled down to 1 tank. However, this tank is also tier 5 and will finish him off. Well, thanks for watching. Until next time, please subscribe on Thoringer's channel.